Welcome back to My Views and News, another news bulletin for you. First news story is from Tigray, where a meeting of senior TPLF leadership has been held in a town in Tigray, not in Mekelle. And after this meeting, some developments are being seen in this town. A protest is ongoing these minutes in this town. Yesterday, some vehicles were seen loaded with some goods leaving this city. So, what happened? Which TPLF leaders participated in the meeting? And is TPLF back in control? Can we say? Because we know that when Getachew assumed charge in March, I think, TPLF leaders were sidelined a little. Opposition parties were demanding that TPLF and interim government of Tigray are separate entities, and Getachew must ensure that his interim government is not TPLF. Secondly, towards Eritrea. Eritrean ambassador to Germany could be summoned. Yesterday, a minister in Germany demanded that Eritrean ambassador be summoned, and a strong message must be conveyed to Eritrean government. He released this message after what happened in Gishan, where a festival is being held. Today is day 2 of this festival. How many people attended the festival? How many tried to stop the festival? How many were injured? How many were arrested? A video is being shared of a protester who seems to be unconscious. Who is he? Is he safe and sound? Where is he now? Thirdly, we are Sudan. Since yesterday, rumors going around that RSF going to withdraw from Khartoum, Bari, Umdurman towards Darfur, because Abdurrahim Dagalo, man in charge after Hamdan Dagalo, is Abdurrahim Dagalo. He is elder brother of Mati Hamdan Dagalo. Reportedly, he has been seen in Darfur. Does it mean that RSF is returning to Darfur, its power base? Secondly, an airstrike which was carried out yesterday by Sudanese Air Force. More than 20 civilian casualties are being reported. Firstly, viewers, TPLF leadership has held a key meeting in a town of Tigray. Though no party statement, no pictures, no videos, but locals are confirming TPLF leaders have been seen there in this town. Which TPLF leaders attended this meeting in Shire? Reportedly, Debretsion was there. Debretsion is party head, former president. Now he is former president, but he is head of Tigray People Vision Fund. The party is not eligible to contest elections because National Election Board of Ethiopia refused to reinstate TPLF as a political party. Discussions ongoing between Tigray interim government and Ethiopian federal government. Abiy has not restored TPLF status so far. Debretsion was there. Munjarino was there too. Fatma Gebrselassie, former Tigray deputy president who served under Debretsion. Thirdly, Alam Gebrselassie was seen, one of senior leaders of the TPLF. Fourthly, Getachew SFO was there too, reportedly. Meeting was held, and after this meeting, we saw two developments. Firstly, these minutes, a protest is ongoing in Shire. Female protest, women are protesting in Shire town. They are demanding implementation of Pretoria deal. They say a Pretoria deal is not being implemented. Which part is not being implemented? Reintegration, withdrawal of forces, return of IDPs, TPLF's restoration to as a party, several other areas too. Disarmament not complete as well. Tigray fighters still armed. Yes, no one can deny. Pretoria deal has not been implemented according to the timeline mentioned in the deal. Secondly, these women are demanding return of IDPs. This point is very important because we know that 2 days ago, Amhara region announced its willingness to hold referendums in disputed territories without naming territories. The territories could be Raya and Volkayt. Before that, Tigray wants all IDPs to return to their homes in Raya and Volkayt. If IDPs return, demographic balance will change. Tigrayans will be in majority. Amhara groups in Raya Volkayt, they are opposing the return of IDPs. So, return of IDPs is a key issue. It's not just about IDPs, it's about future status of Raya and Volkayt. Second point raised by women protesters, return of IDPs. Thirdly, lack of medicine, that women are suffering, their reproductive health suffering because of lack of medicine. And fourthly, they say that no accountability for war crimes, or women were raped, girls were raped. Tigray shared numbers in the past that thousands were raped, but no accountability. No one was ever held accountable in the last 2-year period. That is why these women are demanding these actions from mediators, from federal government, interim government. This is first development. Second development was seen yesterday, I think. After the meeting, several vehicles, trucks were seen leaving Shire. And they were carrying something. Were they carrying aid? Were they carrying logistics for Tigray fighters? It's not clear. But several vehicles, loader vehicles, trucks were seen. And aid was distributed to some people after the visit of Tigray leadership to Shire. So it means on their own, Tigray leadership is trying to provide food aid to the people of Tigray, because we know that food aid delivery has been suspended in Tigray, in other parts of Ethiopia. But obviously, Tigrayans are 90% of Tigrayans are dependent on food aid, so they cannot survive. There could be deaths, large-scale deaths. Doctors Without Borders yesterday warned that there must not be a prolonged suspension of food aid to Tigray. Food aid supply must resume immediately. Obviously, TPLF leadership, Tigray interim government, they are being asked questions, they are answerable. They are trying to adopt some measures, provisional measures to provide aid to the people of Tigray. They are in touch with people and they are asking IDPs to protest. The IDPs should raise their voices. They should tell the international community that they want to return to their homes. We saw similar protests by IDPs a few weeks ago. In several towns of Tigray, people protested, and back then Getachew had held a meeting with them, and after that they protested. Same is happening here. TPLF is back in command in Tigray, it seems. While Sadkan is abroad, TPLF is back in power. Though interim government is led by Getachew Reda, and there was friction between Getachew Reda and TPLF leadership at the start of Getachew's assuming of his charge. Later things changed. Now TPLF is back in power, back in command. Getachew is gradually becoming insignificant. Decisions are being made by TPLF. Getachew has realized that he cannot survive alone. Even with the help of people like Sadkan and others, he cannot survive. His base is political, not military. So military channels can support him a little, but for lasting political survival, he needs TPLF support. That is why I personally think relations have considerably improved between Getachew and TPLF leadership. TPLF leadership is now calling the shots in Tigray, it seems. Secondly, viewers, Eritrean festival in Germany turning into a very controversial event. We saw yesterday that hundreds tried to storm the venue. Police stood in between. Police stood between the protesters and festival participants. Around 2,000 people participated in this festival, and some people from Eritrea too, some Eritrean government officials too. The organizer says that the festival has nothing to do with Eritrean government's policies. It's a cultural event. It's about literature. It's about music. It's about culture. And that the organization, Eritrean organization does not support any policies of Eritrean government. Opposition groups say that this organization, which is organizing the festival, is backed by Eritrean government. And yesterday, hundreds entered Gießen, Germany. They tried to disrupt the festival. Police was fully prepared. 100 arrests have been confirmed so far. Last night, in the last press briefing, Gießen police confirmed around 100 arrests so far. More than 20 police officers were injured. How many protesters were injured? Police have not shared details. But if 23 police officials have been injured, obviously some protesters would have been injured too. No details of the injuries suffered by protesters. The videos are being shared. The Gießen police used pepper spray and batons. And one video is especially viral in social media showing a protester lying unconscious on the ground. Who is he? Where is he? Is he still alive? No one knows. Police used force. Why? Because the protesters, opposition protesters, they were trying to reach the venue. And police had made it clear that it would not allow the festival to be disrupted. Last year, festival was disrupted. This year, police, local government, they tried to cancel the protest. Court granted permission and police had to follow court orders. Police, local government, they cannot violate court orders. That is why they are giving security to the organizers, the participants of the festival. Meanwhile, a minister from Germany has called upon the federal government to summon Eritrean ambassador. His interior minister, Minister of Interior, his name is Peter Biot. Peter Biot yesterday said that Eritrean conflicts should not be fought on German soil. And this strong message must be conveyed to Eritrea through Eritrean ambassador to Germany. That is why he asked German government to summon Eritrean ambassador and send this strong message to Eritrean ambassador. Will the German government summon the ambassador? That remains to be seen. Peter used terms like third countries. Third countries' conflicts should not be fought on German soil. I said last night that this violence in Gießen, Germany, is not going to be helpful for Eritreans, especially for newcomers, especially for Eritrean refugees, asylum seekers. They'll be seen as a violent people. Eritrean government is watching this development, maybe enjoying it, because opposition group members are being arrested, detained, beaten too, arrested. Some could be, legal proceedings could start against them because police officers injured. opposition protesters threw stones. We could see start of criminal proceedings against these protesters. That is why this case by opposition groups to prove that Eritrea is a hell for Eritreans has gone wrong, I think, because it has turned into a violent protest. Violent protests are not accepted. In no part of the world, violent protesters are encouraged. That is why we could see even tougher restrictions on opposition groups in Germany, other parts of Europe, in case of future festivals. Video for you showing a protester, maybe he was beaten, I think he is unconscious. It can be clearly seen in this video. Where is he? No one knows. Watch the video. It's from yesterday. By the way, today day 2 viewers. Today, again, festival is going to resume in coming hours. What about incoming videos? Watch the video.
You kill him! You kill him! You kill him! You kill him! You kill him!
Lastly, viewers, Sudan is rapid support force withdrawing from Khartoum, Bari, Darman, because top leader of RSF has been seen in Darfur. He was in Khartoum, Bari, Darman. He was on these fronts. Abdurrahim Dagalo is elder brother of Hamdan Dagalo. He is man in charge after Hamdan Dagalo. Number 2. Dagalo's right-hand man is Abdurrahim Dagalo, elder brother. And he has been leading RSF fighters on Bari, Darman, Khartoum fronts. We have seen him. We have seen videos of Abdurrahim Dagalo from Khartoum. But reportedly, last week he was seen this week he was seen in Darfur. That is why people are speculating that maybe it could be due to likely withdrawal of RSF from Bari, Khartoum, Darman. Well, firstly, I don't think that RSF is withdrawing. Rapid support forces are in a good position in Bari, Darman, Khartoum. Sudanese army is under pressure. Voluntarily, rapid support forces won't withdraw from Bari, Darman, Khartoum. Only advantage which is Sudanese army had was air power. Even that advantage is limited. Sudanese military, Sudanese Air Force losing its aircrafts. Meanwhile, rapid support forces expanding territories under their control. I don't think they're going to withdraw. They are expanding. They're expanding in Kordofan, expanding in Darfur. Then why is Abdurrahim Dagalo in Darfur? It shows that RSF is in good position, that a top commander can now leave the battlefront and go to the other area. Why is he there? Because we have seen that West Darfur, Janina, others, they have come under RSF control. Sudanese military cleared. I think RSF commander is there to consolidate gains. He might start talks with other groups. He wants to ensure that RSF's control of Darfur is consolidated. Overall, it means that RSF is in a better position now, that his top commander is in Darfur, not in Khartoum, Central Bari, Darman. Secondly, viewers, airstrike. Sudanese Air Force has conducted several airstrikes which hit civilians. Sudanese Air Force never admits, but we have covered several such airstrikes. Yesterday, Air Force conducted airstrikes in Darman, in Darussalam area. 22 civilian casualties are being confirmed by several sources. Sudanese army silent. No statement. Rapid support forces claim 32 were killed in this airstrike. 22 casualties confirmed. Who is responsible for these civilian deaths? RSF fighters are involved too in attacks on civilians, but they're not hitting civilians directly in most cases. In Darfur, they are hitting civilians because war there is ethnic. and ethnic violence involves attacks on civilians too. So in Darfur, reportedly, they're involved in attacks on civilians. In Bahri, Umadawan, Khartoum, we have not been able to find any large-scale massacre of civilians committed by rapid support forces. Sudanese Air Force is responsible for civilian deaths in Khartoum, Bahri. RSF as well, they are using heavy weapons, artillery, etc. in crossfire, in collateral damage. People are dying. But Sudanese military is also responsible for civilian deaths in Bahri, Khartoum, Umadawan. In several airstrikes, we have seen people killed so far, but never Sudanese military care to acknowledge, to admit, and to offer condolences to the families. Nothing said by Sudanese military so far, Sudanese Air Force. More than 20 casualties confirmed. Thank you for watching.